and to reflect on the fact that we haven't come very far. In fact, one of the last things I did before I left Lexington was join the Cadet Corps around 6 graves. 6 graves at the base of a statue of Virginia mourning her dead. In fact, all of you gentlemen have done that. You did that when you were cadets at VMI, just like the cadets do annually. Ever since 1866, they have done so. We passed a statue up there. The statue is called Spirit. It's the work of an artist named Donald DeLue. We have examples of his work in the VMI collection, but we also have a statue called the Spirit of Youth in, appropriately enough, Memorial Gardens. When we stand on the parade ground, when the Old Corps and the Corps of Cadets stand on the parade ground, the names of all of those that fell at that particular battle, the Battle of Newmarket, Atwell, Crockett, Hartsfield, Haynes, Jefferson, Jones, McDowell, Stannard, Wheelwright, and they echo across the field, and the response that comes back is died on the field of honor. We didn't come up with that idea. That idea started here in France. Napoleon had an officer in his command that was of such high regard that when he fell on the field of honor, Napoleon dictated that his name would ever be carried on the rolls and that the response would come back, Marchand d'honneur, Marchand d'honneur. And it went for generations. And VMI has adopted that same recognition, that same tribute. Those young boys that we reflect on May the 15th, 150 years ago, 1864, 2014. Halfway between then and now is June the 6th, 1944. Marchand d'honneur. Young boys called to do something that no one could have expected them to accomplish, whether it was marching 80 miles in the Shenandoah Valley or storming a cliff off of this coastline. These are young boys too, called away from the life they expected into a greater mission, really, of creating the world that we have enjoyed over the past 70 years. You know, we were talking about the pros and cons of Hollywood's dramatization of events like this, and Tom Hanks charging across the fields. There is a scene, a particularly memorable scene for me in Saving Private Ryan, and it's when the elderly gentleman kneels at one of these crosses and says, "Was I worth it? Was my life good enough? Tell me that it was." We need to all ask ourselves that question. Did we deserve this? Have we lived up to the standard that these fellows left? Because we've been living for them too, these unfulfilled lives. They gave us the world we have today. We have to assure that future generations will appreciate the world we leave. Marchand d'honneur.